Ben, how would you summarize that seventh inning from your perspective, being a part of it and then watching some of it too?
Yeah, that was amazing. Just to break through there. Been a back and forth game, so for everybody to come through there and get some runs across was big time.
Get the sense that an inning like that can carry over not just obviously the rest of tonight, but into future games?
Sure, yeah. I mean, I think it can be contagious a little bit and give us some good momentum heading into tomorrow.
What was Michael King doing in those first innings? That first innings that kept you guys so close.
He's got good stuff, and he's a good pitcher. He's got solid command too. I think he's just getting guys a little off balance, using all his different pitch types too. So, he did well.
Is turning that into a hustle double. How much of a spark was that?
Yeah, that's huge, and that's what he can do, right? He can stretch singles into doubles. He can do a lot of things with his speed. So, I mean, he's got all the tools in the world. So it's fun to watch.
Ben, this Yankee Stadium hit 50 million fans tonight. It's believed to be the second fastest stadium ever to get there. When you hear that, what's your reaction?
It hit
50 million total fans have come into this Yankee Stadium after today's attendance.
Oh, okay. I didn't understand what you meant.
I'm sorry,
I was like,
tonight.
oh, okay. Yeah, I mean that's amazing. I mean it speaks to the fans that we have and just how excited everybody gets in this city to watch this team play. So that's awesome.
And from first base, what did you see from Clarke tonight in his 6 innings?
Great command of all of his different pitch types. I feel like he had a good feel for everything, and was just attacking guys. I feel like I really liked how he stayed aggressive and didn't give in.
Austin, pretty memorable way of getting your first career Grand Slam. What are you going to remember about how that milestone went down?
Just how long that inning was and how everyone in front of me just was working great at bats. That was a lot of fun to watch and a lot of fun to be a part of.
What would you attribute the success that all the lefties had against lefty pitchers that frame?
We got some really good hitters, and I don't know if it's one thing that made it great, but I think swinging at strikes and being ready to go.
How were you and Clarke able to stay away from certain situations blowing up and developing into bigger messes?
Yeah, he did a great job of limiting when guys got on, and I think that was probably his best outing of the year so far, just being able to manage situations and get quick outs when he needed to.
How did King look to you?
He looked great. King always looks great.
You were in the hole and Jason got that hustle double. Just what did that do to open up the floodgates there that inning?
Yeah, it was momentum right out the gate. And I think for him to do that and get in scoring position immediately with nobody out gave us a good chance to score.
Do you ever remember having 5 RBIs in the same inning before at any level?
Maybe not in the same game. So, no, I don't know. Yeah, it's cool.
With tonight's attendance, Yankee Stadium, this version, crossed 50 million all-time fans, believed to be the fastest stadium ever to get there. When I say that, what's your reaction?
Sounds like a lot of fans. But it's really cool and impressive, and I wouldn't expect it in any other city.
You did a good job pitching yourself out of certain situations. How did you prevent anything from blowing up tonight?
I mean, yeah, I think that's kind of the name of my game a little bit is, I like to, obviously I'm not trying to put myself in those situations, but when those situations arise, I think, I kind of like to dig my heels in the ground a little bit and dig deep and get big outs when I need them. And, I like to always be gritty out there and just trying to get big outs when I need them. So when runners in scoring position or my back's kind of against the wall, I kind of, not like, thrive or want to be in those situations, but I feel comfortable in those situations.
When you have 2 guys on and you're behind 3-1 on Bogarts in the 4th inning, what's the mentality there and how do you get out of that train?
Mm-hmm. I mean, throw a strike. Obviously, was falling behind that 1 inning, throwing some quality pitches, but just nibbling a little bit too much. And, when I was in those situations, just, attack this guy. And, that Bogarts in particular, felt like a pretty good matchup for me. So it's one of those guys where you don't want to let kind of go away, especially with how dangerous the rest of their lineup is. So for me, I was trying to go right at him.
Just observing that bottom of the 7th, when does it switch from being tense to entertaining?
Yeah. I mean, it happens pretty quick. I think, when obviously we gave up the run there and you go down, but it just kind of felt like, we've had some really good close games this past week, and a lot of good ABs, a lot of good pitching performances, and felt like we were really close the whole time. So it just felt like the chips were going to fall our way one of these nights. And what a performance from the offense! Just that inning was very impressive, and it's a lot of fun when they're clicking like that. It's a lot of fun to be on this side.
What was the explanation on the ball?
I had no idea the rule, but I guess you have to declare. I should probably know that rule, but I didn't know. So you have to declare that you're going through the windup, and just didn't know the rule.
Like, obviously, you're not facing Michael in the batter's box, but seeing him in another uniform, a guy that you kind of came up with and you could compare it to in terms of confidence and the way that you guys carry yourself. What's that like tonight for you?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of fun. I think obviously a lot easier playing with him than competing against him. Great pitcher, great person. I think, I can't speak highly enough of him and everything that he's done for this organization and for myself, and just being able to compete with him, play with him, was a lot of fun, and hopefully somewhere down the line we can reunite. But a lot of fun being able to compete against him as well. I think we're both very competitive. It's kind of like playing one of your brothers, in the backyard. So it was a lot of fun.
When you got bumped today, did you get excited seeing that you were going to face him?
Yeah. Well, at first I checked. I just checked the app, like the app who was like pitching against me, and I saw a Kolick or somebody I think it was TBD or something, and then he texted me actually right after the news. And he was like, "I see, you just wanted to face me," and so I mean, my reply was, I guess I got to lock in a little bit more now, because he's just a great pitcher, and but yeah, I definitely got excited. It's like I said, it's like playing your brother, and you obviously want to go out there and have some bragging rights. I don't know what the lines were. I felt like they were very similar, so I guess we'll play for the tie on that. But I guess we'll give the win to Judge because he got him, so we'll give it to him.
Was there or will there be any trash talking?
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, it's. Yeah, well, there'll be a little bit of chirping. I'm sure we'll text each other after this, but yeah, I mean, how can you not talk a little?